Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the clutch cable. This is a 2009 V-Star 1300. Most of the V-Stars that are 1300 will be very similar. I do have it taken apart. That's just so I can make the video quicker and to the point. So you're going to start, take the seat off. Very simple, it just unhooks. On the other side, the key releases this part, seat pops off. Next, there's going to be two 12s here. You're going to take both of those out and pull the gas tank just enough out of the way so you can get to the cable and the bolts. You got to be very careful because it has a plug here, a hose here, and it also has the fuel line on the other side, and there's two vacuum lines over here you need to be careful of because they will break. So once you got these two bolts out here that hold the fuel tank, you can kind of just lift up on the back and wiggle it back and forth, and it'll come off of the knobs that it sits up on up here, and you can set it to the side. Next, you're going to unscrew the cover that's here. It's going to be a Phillips and then an Allen. You just unscrew those and that cover will pop off. You got to be, it hooks in here, so be careful you don't break this. This is plastic, they break all the time. Next, there's going to be a cover here with 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. You go ahead and screw that cover because you need to gain access to the Allen or to the Phillips that's here. I already unscrewed it. You're gonna go ahead and unscrew the Phillips here. There's gonna be another Phillips here. You're gonna or not Phillips. It's gonna be an Allen here. It's gonna be a Phillips here. So unscrew the Allen here. Unscrew that Phillips. There's gonna be another one. It's hard to see here. I don't know if you can see it. It's underneath here, underneath the bottom of the exhaust. Right where my finger's at. Trying to show you through there, you can't really see, but you'll see there's a bolt here that screws into the cover. That one's a little tricky to get, but once you unscrew that, you'll have enough movement on this cable that you can get to those bolts. Hard to see. The cable has 2 bolts here that hold it. You're gonna need to unscrew those enough to unhook it from the right here where it's hooked on. So better with the sun. You're gonna unhook that cable there, and then you're gonna unhook it there. So, but you need to follow this cable up. You can see that it goes through the frame, so that's why you have to unhook that cover up there. So if you have any zip ties like this that are holding it, you're gonna go ahead and have to remove them and replace them. So once you get this cable loose, you can go ahead. This is a 12mm nut. You can loosen these nuts up enough where you have movement. Take the zip ties off. Next, you're gonna screw this. You have a little screw here. Screw this in as far as you can get it. Screw it all the way in, and you want to line. It's hard to see, man. The camera don't want to focus. You got a notch here that goes through. You want to align that with the bolt here, so this is all in line. That allows the cable to, you can pull out on the cable and unhook it. So you need both hands to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that next. So once you get the cable unhooked from there, you can just push it over and then pull it down like this. Give it a little wiggle and it'll unhook. Sorry the camera didn't focus there, but that's it. Then the biggest task is going to be feeding this through the bike where it goes through the frame here. And make sure you take the same route with the new cable. So I'm gonna have to go get some cutters and cut that off. Then I need a wrench to loosen that up. So go ahead and loosen that up and get that off and remove it. And once I'm putting a new cable in, I'm gonna show you how you take the slack out of it, so you have a tight cable and not a floppy one. The reason I'm replacing this one is because it's stretched. It's at maximum adjustment, and the cable still, or the brake lever, I mean the lever's still flopping around. So this cable has stretched over the time. This bike has like 50,000 miles on it, so it's been pulled. The clutch has been pulled a lot. It's been driven in a lot of like stop and go traffic, so it's time for the new cable. Now unfortunately the light from the sun doesn't like allow me to show you properly what I'm trying to film here, but basically you're gonna unscrew the nut. You just need to break it loose, and then you can use your finger to get it off. Next, there's a little tab. I really hope you can see this. There's a little tab right here. you're gonna have to gently move this tab out of the way, and then you can unhook this cable. You can see there. And then once you get it unhooked, it pulls out like this. And there's your whole cable. The nut is probably gonna fall off. Yeah, here it is. The nut is probably gonna fall off the cable. It goes on there. The way this works is it's sitting in there like this, and it has a holder that sits here. So if you unscrew the nut off the bottom, you can just pull it out of the cable, or pull it out of the holder, unhook it out of the holder, and then you just see me unhook that from the lever here where it goes on. So usually it comes with new nuts. Just keep your nut just in case. So I already removed that zip tie. Now is the tricky part of feeding this through the frame and getting it out. Which is not going to be too hard. You can pull on it and see where it goes. The real hard part is going to be feeding the new cable in, and make sure that you take the same route that this one was running at and put it back all in the same exact holders. So if you need to go slow when you remove it so you remember where they go, then go ahead and do that. But I like to remove it this way. Instead of pulling it from the handlebar to the back, I like to remove it from the back to the handlebar, because that side has boots on it and sometimes it doesn't let you pull it through. So, but you could probably, I don't know if you can do this, but you probably could tape the new cable to this cable, tape them together and just pull this through, and it would feed the new cable through all the way through that one. So basically that's it. You're just gonna hook this back on. Once you get the new cable on, you're gonna hook this back on, and then tighten everything up and adjust all your slack out of the cable. So you're gonna adjust this until it's at the proper length, tight, and then you're gonna take your slack out with this one, with this adjuster first. And then if you have any leftover slack, you're gonna go ahead and remove it with this. That'll take the slack out of the lever. And since you have this already loose, you should probably oil it up, because you can hear this one squeaking. So I'm gonna oil that up. And the new cable, I'm also gonna lube it up too. And then feed it back through the same holes, and you're gonna be good to go. That's it.